Hey guys, I am back and alone. I have no more husband in the videos with me. He's abandoned me. Actually, good news, he's gone back to work. Definitely need that. Goodness knows. After being gone in New Jersey for 5 days, missing work was not helping the cause at all. So, anywho, I'm back doing, I don't know, just a little update video, not like I have anything good news. It's not like I'm like, yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm not announcing anything like that because I'm less than a week after transfer, so I'm just going crazy. That's what I'm doing. Going insane. I thought I was doing really, really good. I was feeling so hopeful while we were out in New Jersey. And maybe because while we were out there, it was too early for anything. We did the transfer. I mean, we couldn't have had better news. They got a good amount of eggs, an awesome amount of eggs for what I was expecting. And then our fertilization rate, I mean, 7 out of 9 was so awesome in my book. For me, that sounded really, really good. I mean, I know it could be 100%. It could have been 9 out of 9, but and I said in the last video, I wanted to make sure that we had 1 or 2 to transfer. And if that was all that we had, then that was it. I didn't expect anything more. And it was like every phone call, I would be so nervous for the fertilization report and for the report the next day to see how they were growing. And every time they called, it was always better news than what I could have hoped for. So I just took it and ran with it. And then they transferred 2 beautiful embryos to me. So of course I was feeling great. And honestly, I should be feeling great still. But now I'm home and I don't know, like reality is sunk in. It's that I'm excited that it's all over and now it's just waiting, and that I'm possibly growing 2 little babies in there. But what if it doesn't work? You know? I mean, after 7.5 years of constantly taking pregnancy tests month after month, or just waiting on my period to show up, and always seeing a negative, or always, without fail, AF would show up. Always. So why do I think this is going to be any different? And then I'm like, why do I think it would be different? Because we spent thousands of dollars and we saw a little picture of our embryos and we know that they exist and they're inside me and they should be growing. That's what's different. So it's like I have these 2 little, like, good and bad angels. I guess they wouldn't both be angels then. It'd be like the good devil and the little angel sitting. Did I just say the good devil? I don't know what I just said. The good angel and the bad little devil sitting on my shoulders. And they talk to me and they get in my head, and like I feel great about it one moment, and the next moment I feel like, why get your hopes up for something that's not going to really work? Ooh, I wish I could just say I felt really good and stick with it, but in all honesty, I'm scared to death for this weekend to come to where I could pee on a stick possibly and see a positive, because if it's a negative, I think like there's a big part of me that'll just die. I'll just die inside. I mean, not like I'm not going to literally commit suicide and die, but I really think there'll be a part of me that dies, because this is the hope that we've had. And I know it'll be too early. It could be too early. There's that chance that even if I test, it could be too early. I need to wait for my blood test. So I'm just all over the board. If you can't tell, I'm all over the board. I want it to work so bad. And I talked to my little embryos in there, and I'm telling them to grow. And found this chart of like every day what they should be doing, and the first few days they were just developing, and the cells were dividing more and everything, and then over the weekend the embryos could have been attaching. And so I would wait for like every little anything. If I felt any little twinge, I was like, is that them? Is that them making themselves at home now? But I don't know. Let's see. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I was in a bad mood about it working. I figured, for whatever reason, when I woke up, I didn't feel hopeful. And we had to go grocery shopping, so we went grocery shopping like early afternoon. And after walking around, that was the first I've really walked straight. Been on my feet for a good hour and a half, and since my embryo transfer, that is. And after we got back to the car, I was really kind of crampy. So I had like this renewed hope then that I was crampy because I'd been on my feet long enough, and I don't know, it didn't scare me. It wasn't like a scary feeling. I just felt like, oh, they're settling in tighter now. And today I felt more cramps than yesterday even. It's kind of like a constant on and off cramping. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I'm taking it like I feel like it's a good thing. So I'm rejoicing in these cramps. But at the same time, I'm like, if they become too constant, is it because AF is on its way? And if I don't even make it to my beta, I'll be really devastated. I mean, it would be devastating enough to get the negative beta, but then if I don't even make it to that point and I get AF before then, that would be horrible. But I'm trying to stay busy. Last week wasn't hard because, let's see, embryo transfer was on Tuesday. Wednesday we drove home. That was a long trip. Being in like reclined position, all I could see was like barely just out the window, the scenery and everything. That was a long 12-hour ride, but we did it. We're home. That's in the past. That feels like weeks ago now. And then, okay, so then we got home, got settled in, whatever, for Thursday. Back to the normal daily grind, and I was looking over my paperwork, and it said I should go in for blood work and an ultrasound on Friday, which happened to be my birthday. And I didn't know if I really needed to go, so I was going to play it off and not go because I know my doctor's office here doesn't require that after IVF. But then I decided I better check with them and ask if they really wanted me to go, because if they require it for a reason, I should. And if, I hated to spend the money for something I didn't need, but I didn't want to look back and wish that I would have gotten my levels checked or whatever, if it could have prevented something. So went in for the ultrasound and did the blood work, and the ultrasound tech, she was like, oh my goodness, your ovaries are barking. That's what she said, they're barking. And she showed me the screen, and I saw this big black mass, and I'm like, okay, well, that's nice, what's that? And she's like, that all is your right ovary. And it was huge. It took up the whole screen, like the whole screen. And then she panned over, and it was my left ovary, and it was just as big. She said they were kissing, they were touching, they were so big. She's like, you've got to be so uncomfortable. And I'm not. I must have room for my ovaries, because I didn't have a problem with like stimming, none of that, getting too big. So they were huge, but she said my lining looked really, really good. And so then they sent the results and did my blood work, whatever, sent all that to Cooper Institute, and they called and said that they didn't know, since my clinic doesn't do ultrasounds usually after IVF, whether they did it right or whatever, if they knew what they were looking for, because she said that they said my lining was still triple layered, and that by now it shouldn't have been, it should have thinned a little bit. I don't know what that means and whatnot, but she didn't seem that concerned. They just decided to up my progesterone, even though my progesterone and estrogen levels were really high. She said they were going to up my progesterone. So now I'm on 3 suppositories a day, which those I was dreading. in all honesty, I mean, not like I was going to be doing progesterone and oil injections, because those I would have been, dear God, I would have been really dreading, but I was dreading the progesterone suppositories just because of like leaking them out, but I really haven't leaked anything out, which makes me really happy to think my body's absorbing it and I'm getting the progesterone. So I'm doing 3 of those a day, and I don't know if it's because of the progesterone or what, but pretty much ever since the transfer, I have been hungry. I've been like hungry hippo. I could eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. My parents had us over on Saturday for my birthday, and my mom cooked ham, made potatoes, and jello salad and green beans, and I went up for 2 servings. Like, I had seconds, I could have gone for thirds. I just finally stopped myself because it just seemed like you should be full, stop. But I could have kept eating. So I know it's too early for any of that, but I'm hungry. Let's see, I talked about the cramps a little bit. I've been really tired. I've taken a nap almost every day. For my birthday on Friday, it was a big party. Ooh, like, we didn't really do anything special at all. We had dinner. We were both asleep on the couch at 8:30, and since our son has been sick, he was still sick and just sitting on the couch too, thank goodness, and we were both sleeping. So it was like, woohoo, party animals. And then I go to bed and I can sleep just fine, which is not normal for me. I normally am up, you know, especially now with everything I'd be thinking about, but I've slept just fine. Let's see, my boobs have been sore. I've noticed, like, yesterday and today, mainly today, they're getting a little sore. You should be proud of me. I'm not touching them. Of course, I just had to do it, but if you watch my past videos, you know when I talk about them, I have to touch them, so I'm not doing that. I'm trying to hurry up because now I'm at 12 minutes. Dear God, I've rambled a lot, and I don't know how to shorten this video down, so. The other thing is my pants are tight. All my pants are tight. I normally have, like, a very flat stomach, and it's got, like, a little bit of a roundedness to it in my abdomen, and all my pants are tight. Usually they're a little loose, and instead they are snug. I'm in, like, comfy pants today because they have an elastic waist, and I've never encountered, like, tight pants, so I'm hoping that's a good sign. Hopefully it means I've got some embryos already in there growing big, making my uterus expand. I better hurry this up, because like I said, now we're at like 13 minutes, so I just wanted to get on here and tell you guys what's been up with me, how I'm going crazy. Still got another week till I find out if this worked, and I'll probably be really, like, I'll just be pulling my hair out, and I'll be crazy, really crazy by then. But I'm gonna do more videos to try to keep me sane, more sane, less crazy. I'm gonna go over, like, I need to still do this, add up all of our costs for IVF, and just let you know, like, the brutal truth of what this all cost. And then just kind of any tips that on injections or, I don't know, anything through IVF. I kind of want to go through that. So I'll probably shoot another video, and then some of the tag videos that have been done, I'll do some of those to keep me busy. And I'm back to working, poking doll heads, because for those that don't know, I reborn dolls. And we'll delete that out, because that was not that would scare people. Anyways, yeah, I've been working, back to working now today, and that's that. So I'll be coming back to you with more videos soon. Bye-bye. Have a good week, everybody.